Hey, hello everybody, Thorgal here, and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play series. Where am I? Wow, that's a good question. I'm right above our hobbit hole, but I tore down the forest that was here, the jungle, and then right here is our entrance down to the hobbit hole now. This is that little ravine where I'm just using to plant Koros and also as my vine farm. Right over there and so on. So there's not much here. But I decided I want to start clearing some stuff here because I want to, eventually get started on an actual house for our storage, right? And I want to put this here. I've did tree hopping and went all over the area, and I don't want to have my house in spawn, even though that would make a lot of things probably easier when I ship things back and so on. But still, I'm not a big fan of living in spawn, okay? Because it limits me. I cannot use any doors because, we have the villager city, we're gonna have the village for the wheat farm, and then we're gonna have villages for iron farms and so on. So it's just not a good idea. So I'm right across over here, pretty much where these trees are fading out. That's where spawn starts, the spawn chunks. But anyway, like I mentioned last episode, I do want to get started on nether tunnels. And so we have a lot of stuff to figure out today on how we want to build them, what makes the most sense and so on, and then maybe even start laying them out. I'm not sure because we probably also have to work on an ice farm. But last time I said it's gonna be railroads or maybe ice boats. So I kind of started playing around with ice boats. And number one, I found out that you don't need an ice block every single block for boats, okay? It wouldn't be bad to do every single block because then I can also run along here nice and fast. Because without it, you cannot get the momentum to get, you see, I get over every other hole. But every second one I dip down, okay? I don't know why. But if you use a boat here, one block every second is perfectly fine because a boat is bigger than one hole, right? So if we want to save ice, we can build it like this. And if we want to make it runnable, we can either just leave a strip like this, so we just run at normal speed. Or if we have a really good ice farm, I might just make this a continuous strip here, right? But you only need one. And then I was kind of thinking this, I think I'm going to do both. I'm going to do ice and rails. But I don't think the rails are ever going to be for us. If we want to go somewhere, we're going to use boats. Okay? Because they're super fast. In some areas, I might not want to have tracks. This keeps happening in 1.13. I'm not sure. It reminds me of the old boats that whenever you went to a beach and you got out and your boat was nowhere and it was like 20 chunks back the other way. And stuff like that. And this keeps happening now. I'm not sure. Hopefully they fix it in 1.13.1. But I want to find a way. I know that we have shulker boxes, guys, but this is also a little bit for fun, this rail project here. So I was thinking, it's like, if I'm at my sand quarry or I'm in the mesa, it would be really cool to have like storage minecarts there. And when they're full, I send them off and they go through a nether portal. Right? And then in the nether, there's like a waiting area. And after we send a couple of minecarts, let's say we fill 5 of them with sand, right? And then we go in the nether, then those 5 minecarts are waiting there. And then I could send them off, and then they go to our portal that's gonna hook up with the storage. And then they come through there. So that's another thing we need to test. If we can send portals, if we can send storage minecarts through nether portals, okay? And then the last thing I already set up over there is, I wanted to know is, because boats are nice, but you can never go up or down with a boat. Well, you can go down, but, let's say I need to go up a little bit higher because my nether portal is 20 blocks above the regular tracks or whatever. I kind of would like to be able to go up and down with boats, right? And this is something I built over here that I have not seen anywhere else. I'm not sure why nobody has made something like... I shouldn't say that. I'm pretty sure some people have made this already. But everybody I watch, I haven't seen anybody build this here. And it's actually very easy. Look at this. You can just go up with boats. It's no problem at all. I just set this up. This was so simple to figure out. let me just show you real quick. There's sticky pistons with the ice on top. And then, let me get through here. And it was the block behind the piston here has, because the front of the boat is going to push into this tripwire, right? And then that triggers this piston that I'm on. And if I hold forward, the boat will go over this one gap, and now I'm on here. And then I push into the next tripwire. And so on. You guys get the idea. And I've gone up this thing many times. No problems whatsoever. Never got stuck or anything. Let's go in a weird angle. Yeah, no problems at all. So this is very doable and cheap and easy to make, right? So we can go up and down with boats. No, it's not the golf course. I think there's a very famous golf course. This is Turtle Beach. I decided to... This wasn't as much sand here. I placed a lot of the sand here after I tore down this jungle, and I wanted to start hatching some of the turtles that we brought back right here. And because I'm not going to be in the area that much here, it's probably, I don't know if it's even going to hatch today, because you guys remember, it takes forever for these guys to hatch. I learned that at night, apparently they hatch faster, but, you know, obviously I sleep away the night as often as I can. Even though I should probably stop doing that, so maybe we see some of these phantoms. I think that's what they're called. Maybe we get some of those to come after us. And I enclosed the entire thing, excuse me, with fences. Because you guys know that mobs trying to come over here and trample them. And also when the babies hatch, ocelots that are in the area will go after them and hunt them. And also all the undead creatures like skeletons, zombies, and whatnot. And that scoot that I told you guys 2 episodes ago that I thought you get when they hatch, you actually don't get until the babies grow into adults. So that's going to be really hard for us to get our hands on. We only need... I think you only need 5 of them to make that turtle helmet. So maybe we'll get lucky. Every one of these eggs usually, I think, hatches multiples. I don't think it just hatches one. Or maybe it does hatch only one, and only if you have multiples in here do you get multiple babies, okay? And now, before we head over to the ice farm where I started preparing some stuff, I also learned that we cannot grow these underwater anymore. The sea pickles. You actually can only grow them on top of the corals now. That it wasn't like that in the snapshot. But apparently when 1.13 came out, they made that ninja change here last second, apparently, or something. So I found out you can grow them on corals, so I need to go back to the coral reef and get myself some. Oh, I gotta bring this guy here as well. Almost forgot. Let's sleep this away, and then let me show you guys one more thing that I might set up in multiple spots all over my world if I perfect them a little better. I'm not too happy yet how wonky this thing is, but I made this launch pad here, okay? So you step in and see it doesn't work already. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. Now it's gonna work. But it's just something to give me some air. And it stopped again. I don't understand why. Like, it's so weird. But anyway, it allows me to just fly up. And because I have such a hard time getting off the ground. If I don't have something to jump off. I know there's other people that can take off just running on normal surface. I don't know how they do it. So I'm pretty sure it's just a lot of practice. Now, instead of doing all this testing I want to do over in the ice farm location, I decided to do it here. I already tore down the old ice farm a couple of days ago because I knew I'm going to put something better there. And then I tried to figure out what style of ice farm I want to make. Obviously, I want one that makes a lot of ice now that we can make packed ice, and I want to set up, you know, all these nether tunnels and so on. So I need something that is pretty efficient. And in order to be efficient, you also have to think about AFKing, right? So there's a couple different ice farm layouts that you can make. Some that are very heavy in redstone. But then I saw one ice farm by Gnembon. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his name, but I'm going to put a link down in the description to that video I saw that and got the idea from. And this ice farm that he shows there makes 17,000 ice an hour. So yeah, in case you don't know him, I've been watching him for a while. He's a very technical Minecrafter that pushes farms to its absolute limits. Okay, he also is the author of a vanilla mod. It's not really a mod like a forge mod. You actually inject it into the Minecraft. I haven't done it yet on mine. Not really sure how it works. I haven't had any need for it yet. And where he can pause the game with it, speed up the tick rate, all kinds of things. It seems to be a really good mod to do the technical things that he does. But anyway, so check out this video if you want to see the full scale farm. And I want to take a couple of the ideas that I saw from him and, you know, figure it out on my own. I don't just want to make a copy of his farm. I want to understand what I'm doing. So the first thing we have to figure out is the changes with the 113 water. Okay, that's my biggest problem that I'm running into. Meaning that if you check here, if we jump into this water and I'm letting go, I'm not doing anything. Right now, we're normal speed and now we get slowed down. Slower. And then in the last block to an absolute crawl. Okay, so that makes a lot of things much harder now. And the thing is, this AFK farm, how it's going to work is there's going to be long strips of ice. Okay, couple chunks long, let's say. And you're going to stand there with your pick, and you're just going to hold down the left mouse button, and the water will push you down the stream, and you just break all the ice. Then when you get to the end, it will push you forward. And then back the other way, and then you clear the ice there. So it's a zigzag that goes through. And then when you're in the end, you get pushed backwards all the way to the beginning of the farm, where you then start out again, okay? And then we can add features like he showed in this video, something I found really interesting. I want to figure that out. When you get to the beginning of the farm, you switch your tool to another pickaxe. You can automatically switch it, and you eat and everything automatically. It's really, really interesting. I like that challenge to figure that out. So, but the problem, of course, is I need to be able to keep getting pushed by water. So that's why these new water mechanics are coming into play. So what I want to do here first is find my max limit of how long can I make a water stream and still get pushed over into the next one. So obviously, the max length we can do is not here. Okay, I cannot... Oh, shoot, I forgot. I need to get packed ice. I cannot put pressure plates on regular ice, so we'll have to change some of these here. Let's just change the whole strip here for... I can use signs, but I really did not want to use signs on this one. I really wanted to use pressure plates once. I don't know. I just like them better. The pressure plates. I'm not sure why, but let's just change it out here. So the very last one would be here. There's no way we're gonna get pushed into this, because when you right here, you know, it already doesn't push me. If I come from here, it pushes me, and then I stop right at the end here. So there's no way that I'm gonna get pushed any further than here. So even if there's a new water source in this block, I'm not gonna touch it. It won't happen. So the minimum would be here. Let's see if this one will work. So if I put a pressure plate here and then a new water source block there, will we get pushed into that? Let's see. Momentum. No, it's not far enough. Okay, so this one doesn't work. So we'll put this one back up and move this one over to here. Now let's see if it works before the night comes. I'm not doing anything. Okay, not far enough. Wow, okay. That really limits us. Ah, where are you going? Come back here. Alright, let me sleep this away, so we're gonna have to go 3 in. I also like testing all this over here, so in case we see our turtles hatching, we can protect them. Alright, so we did here, here. So now here. Yes. Let's see if this one works. Yes. Okay, you guys see? I didn't do anything. Let's do it again. Just to make sure. And boom, I get sucked up by the next one. All right, so now we figured that out. So now the next thing is we have to figure out how to get around the corner. Oh yeah, I can clean this up here. I wanted to show you guys something else here for a second, that if this is the water stream going forward and backwards, if I'm hugging this wall here, I'm pushing backwards, so I'm hugging it, and I hit the ice, I only get 4 deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So I always need to make sure that I'm touching the front of this, because that way I get 1 extra reach, and this is the maximum we're gonna be able to get, so 5 per row. Okay, so that's why I set up this test here, just to show you guys. Okay, I think I'm starting to get the hang of this. Meaning, what this is the very beginning or end of the farm, okay? And the thing is that, you guys remember, I told you, you always have to press against the front, so the ice will be here towards north. We get pushed down, and then we go back this way, to the right, forward, to the left, and so on, right? But then in the very end, of course, I need to go back in the water stream to the very beginning, which is here, right? So now imagine I would have to just have the stream like this. Okay, so I come back to the beginning backwards like this. Well, if it pushes me over like this, I am against the back wall. I would only have a reach of 4, right? Of course, the rest of the farm would be fine. So I could make it easy like this, but I like the challenge. So what that means is I need to be pushed in from the back. I need to kind of come down this way, right? Backwards, then come around here. So I get pushed in from the back of this. That way I'm against the front of the wall again. I hope I explained this well enough. So I finished the first row completely, all the way, so I can actually show you guys how this is going to work. It took me about an hour and 15 minutes, something like that, to build this. But I think the next ones are going to be faster, because on this one I had to figure out a couple things, you know. Like sometimes I had to break a row again, or half a row, because I miscalculated or something like that. Ooh, let's get ready to sleep. Even though there's nothing spawnable up here, and right here I have some jack-o'-lanterns, but there's never going to be any lighting over there. Maybe high above it or something eventually, just so it looks a little cooler. But, you know, with there being a lot of ice, I don't want to have any lights over there, any heat sources whatsoever. And yeah, here's just a little platform for now. Over here, I'm making a ton of the glass that I need. Here's an endless water source. And then here, this chest is mostly full with smooth stone and wood. This row right here, I did a little bit calculating. Costs 12 stacks of planks, 3 stacks of glass, 3 stacks of slabs, and 1.5 stacks of signs. So that's really not too bad. That's the wood, it would be the hardest, but I have so much wood, as you guys know, because I've been taking down the forest left and right, or the jungle, I should say, that I have chests and chests full of jungle wood. So that's not going to be a problem, which is nice for this project. But today, I'm definitely not going to add any more rows, but I do want to test this one time, right? So I just came from the end, and I repaired my pick completely, because, well, it was taking a little bit of a beating here with all the ice that I needed. And I got that from down on the ground in a different area that we're going to do another test. And for now, I just have a hopper here with a chest. I'm not exactly sure yet how we're going to do item collection when this is full scale. And I also do not know how many rows I want to have, guys. It really depends on the first test now, kind of, okay? Because when this water is filled, it takes about 12 to 13 minutes until 90% of this is ice. And then you just have, you know, pockets here and there. And then it takes another 7 to 8 minutes until those last few are actually frozen, right? Now, like this is perfect when it's completely frozen. Number 1, you get the most ice. And number 2, nothing can go wrong when I take this down. So the other important thing is I wanted to mention that something you got to keep in mind is, you know how the water source, you have one source row here and then another one in the back, right? So as soon as I break this ice over here, this is going to form all the water here again. And that is why you always need to make sure that the short water source here is on the end of the row. So I start down here, and when I break this ice, the water from back here will come rushing forward and push the items, flush the items off the platform, right? And then in the very end, the last row you break, then the water source block will form and all the way to the opposite corner, okay? So always make sure that this source that is not being frozen, that's why it's covered with glass, is always in the end, right? And then right here, we come around the corner, and then I would go down this way, and then back and forward and back and forward. So I'm ready to do a test here. Down here is another platform that we're going to test something else in a minute, because I have a suspicion. But I really want to get this one time cleared and just see how it works out, right? And in order to do that, I brought enough planks exactly to fill my whole inventory. So I do not pick up any ice myself, right? And I'm also not going to break these first 2 rows. I'm going to start in the 3rd one, because if the water flushes it forward, otherwise they just lay here, right? So I'm going to come in here, press against the front, and I'm going to go to the left one and then hold down the left mouse button. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? No, I don't want to wait another 20 minutes for this to freeze. So let's get the show on the road. See, we're reaching all the end, and all the water pushes these items forward. Sometimes they slow down a little bit, and you know, now I would use either something to hold down my mouse button, or like auto hotkey, or whatever else you want to use. You don't really need a lot of food to do this, alright? And here we are. And now I can let go of the left mouse button, and I'm gonna go around the corner. And then we should see... Bam, these slabs are only here so I don't get any spawns over here. Alright, good. Here we are. Let's go ahead and kill this one. Alright, of course I need to make room again. Alright, so can I get into the chest? Yes. Alright, it's still coming here, but let's... Wow. Okay. Let's take all this out. So that is 5.5 stacks of ice from 1 row. And now I need to put this slab back here so I don't get any surprises. I also want to walk around here and see how much ice is collected. Oh yeah, by the way, you guys see it's fully filled with water again, and it's already starting to freeze. I just want to check here if there's... Okay, so there is some right here. I guess I'm going to go down here. So 33 on this one. 42. So that was 9. And I'm just going to make my way down there, because this is going to be very slow, and pick up all the ice that is on these pressure plates here. The way that happens, by the way, is that if it falls down exactly in this row on top of the pressure plate, so it doesn't have any momentum coming around. But if the loss is not very big, I'm not even going to worry about it, right? Alright, I'm back at the beginning, and I'm going to check in a second here how much ice I picked up from these pressure plates. And I'm going to come out right here. Man, I'm so slow. But I cannot use Step Strider, because otherwise I don't get pushed. So we had 33, minus this one that I just broke. So that was over half a stack of ice that was laying on these pressure plates. That's a lot, if you think about every single row. So I might have to put underneath each one of these pressure plates. No, I think I would just have a hopper minecart going underneath this push channel here, back and forth, and pick up the ice that is left over. But that is something I would do all the way in the end to see, first of all. I mean, we got 2, 4, 6, a little bit over 6 stacks of ice. And I'm actually going to do some calculating here for a second here. Let me see here. I am at 403. And then the end, I think, is at 480 or something like that. Let me check real quick. Because I want to see how much ice we should have gotten if we got every piece. So to here, 403, 480. So that is 77 rows, right? So let's check here real quick. 77 times 5, 385 divided by 64, 6.01 stacks of ice. So I think we got the right amount. Yes, just a little bit over 6 or so. Minus whatever I had to pick up there, we got all the ice flushed over here. Alright, that is very cool. yeah, now let's move on to one more test I want to do over here, guys, because like you see, it's freezing quite quickly, right? But I am not convinced that ice freezes the same on all, and that's why I want to do this test here. And I prepared this. This is simulating the same conditions that are up here, right? The sign over here is our channel, so the water will freeze from over here towards there. And we also have the end, which would be over here, because there's an end piece, just like here. And otherwise there's source block here, and there will be source block right there, right? And this floor is the planks, and this floor is ice. And I want to see if these two are actually freezing at the same speed. And I do want to... Well, let's go ahead and break this so we get the water source built up. Okay, I'm interrupting this test because I do not feel like these signs count as like I have on my water channel. So I'm actually going to make these full blocks. Because everything freezes from the back forward. Nothing has formed over here yet. So that kind of tells me that these do not count as water source blocks. And I'm just going to take these out again. Oh. Minus this one. Place this back. Okay. And now, once I break this one, it should be a fair test again. Alright, they both formed at the same time, so I'm gonna let this one slide, and we'll restart this test. I'm gonna end this test, because there's no difference. I think we can clearly tell that, because if there was a difference when you have an ice farm on ice, it should be overwhelming, right? But like, if you would count this, there's probably the same amount of unfrozen spots on both sides now. Over the same time, so to me, this is it's a myth, okay? Myth busted. I don't think that ice freezes water quicker when it's underneath it, so that's cool. That means I don't need to change this out over here. I was ready to change this out for ice, but I'm glad I don't need to, because, well, it's also a lot of ice I would need here, right? So I need to have a whole frozen row to build the next row, and so on. And I turned the ice that we had into packed ice, and it gave me 44. So let's just say an average of 44 packed ice per row here. So that means if I have... What 44 would be just under 3 chunks in length. For a nether tunnel, if I place one after another, if I leave one empty, it would be up to almost 6 chunks, okay? Again, this is all so we can, you know, lay nether tunnels easier, and then in the future, wherever we need ice. It's nice to have a good ice farm, but anyway. I would like to do a little bit of villager trading today before we end the episode, because I feel like I want to... see what kind of enchants we can unlock, right? I'm gonna figure out a way to get in there without hurting these knuckleheads. There we go. Alright, and I'm gonna start with these guys right here. Perfect, that I went inside and now it's almost nighttime. Let's put this here, because I went over to the mob farm and I brought back a ton of rotten flesh. That I'm just gonna go ahead and put into these chests here, so I get these 3 shulker boxes back. And I'm gonna have to AFK at our mob farm here one night, because I'm starting to run low on stuff. I've been using a lot of string for wool and gunpowder for rockets and whatnot. Okay, they're all empty. Nice. And I made 53 books. That's all the leather I had left. I have no more leather now. So let's see. Let's get a few... Hello? Stacks of this, and let's just see. 37, 39. I want to start with the cheapest. 36, 37, 38, 38, 38, 37. So where's the 36 now? Ah, there it is. Okay. Alright. That's kind of sucks that this is always 1 emerald. Let's just see how many we can get from one guy before it locks me out and I need to unlock something else. Hopefully there's gonna be... Alright, there we go. So now this guy is locked on rotten flesh. And gold for emerald. And you're not going to unlock something? There we go. Wow, 1 emerald for 3 redstone or an emerald for lapis. No, thank you. Let's go with this guy. I'm gonna keep trading with these until I have a couple of emeralds, because these enchanting books are gonna cost a lot. So I'm not sure how villager trading works, because now I can go to any one of these again. Well, this one I just did. But you see, they're all unlocked again. Well, most of them. I just keep trading with them. Like, when one is full, I go to the next one. I'm almost completely out of rotten flesh now, and I'm up to 2 stacks of emeralds. So it's like you trade with their friends, and then their trades become available again. Is that how it's supposed to work? I'm not sure. But now I also started noticing that after the lapis, other stuff is starting to unlock as well here. Ender pearls, glowstone, bottles of enchanting. Do they all have the same stuff? This guy hasn't unlocked yet. What, only one of them? There we go. 1 for 2 glowstone. I mean, that wouldn't be too bad to unlock back, right? Glowstone is a good trade. Yep, there's the 36. This is the very first one that we started with. And it is unlocked again. So I guess I can just keep going here until I am completely out of rotten flesh. Because they just keep unlocking. Let's see if this guy unlocks something again. Yep. Bottles of enchanting. So I don't know if that is their last trade here. I'm gonna have to come back to this guy. If I can. I'm gonna check right now once this guy is locked out again. And go back to that one. I want to see how many it takes. So, do your thing. Here we go. You got anything new? Oh, 1 for 3. Nice. See, this guy's unlocked again. He was just locked and I only traded with his friend. That is cool. I mean, that is overpowered, but cool. Easiest emeralds ever. Okay, so now let's see if he gets happy again. No, I'm gonna say I might have to trade with this guy for something else now. Yeah, at 1 for 2. Let's just do it. Let's do this once and see if something happens. Yes. Alright, so now he's unlocked here again. And, okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything after the bottles of enchanting. But I can get glowstone easily from these guys now. Well, not easily. It's still easier just going to the Nether, right? Alright, guys. I'm gonna keep going until I don't have any more rotten flesh now. And then I'll meet you over at the librarians and we'll get some training for books going. See if we can figure those guys out. Okay, I am not sure what librarians we have over here, so we'll just check them all out if I can actually touch them. Get off the planter here. Librarian, paper for emerald. Okay, so that's another thing that we could make. A nice big sugarcane farm. So sharpness 4. Okay, I don't have any use for that, but 15 emeralds isn't too bad. I don't want to do this yet. I want to check them all out first. This guy has respiration 3 for 41 emeralds. Holy shnikes. Cartographer, I need paper. Cannot trade with him. Librarian, respiration 1. Okay. We're gonna do that just because it's so cheap and see if he gets another good trade. So what's after... Okay, so what's after the first book? And 10 books for an emerald. 12 for compass, 3 for bookshelf. Well, that's not very good here, sir. What do we got here? Librarian. Silk touch. There we go. I want a lot of these because I'm gonna need picks for the ice farm, right? And that's the best way of getting that. But let's unlock it first and see what else comes. Compass, bookshelf, same stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna do another one to see if something else unlocks. You gonna be happy again? No? Alright, let's do another. That is so cool, getting all these silk. I can't wait to get a mending guy. Really? You want me to trade something else? You're not happy? What do you want? Is there something else we want? 8 books for an emerald. 10 for compass. It's like, really? That's 4 iron. Come on, man. Alright, one more. Let's do one more for the silk touch. And if you don't get happy now... Oh, there we go. Alright. Bookcases, 2 written books for an emerald. 10 for a clock. 1 for 4 glass. Let's just do this one. I want to see if he's gonna unlock something else. Yes. Very cool. Alright, what's this gonna be? Fire protection 3. I have no idea if this is the end trade. But 40 emeralds, really? That is quite steep there, sir. Alright, where is the other guys here? Let's see. What else can we do? Cartographer, I don't have any papers, so... Riptide, what? Riptide 1. I have a bunch of Riptide already, but I just like 8 emeralds. So, if it's cheap to unlock something else, I'll do it. Okay. And then... What else can we do here? Let's do this one here. Maybe this one will open another trade. No? Yes? But why you run away? Alright, let's see. Compass, glass. So now we'll do this trade again because that unlocked on the other one the last book. Or I think the last book. Yes, there we go. I'm starting to get the hang of this. Unbreaking 2 for 31 emeralds. Wow. You guys are not cheap. Respiration 1. Let's start with this guy. Get happy, and then hopefully we can do the glass trade again. 1 for something. What? You're not happy about this? Oh, he did. Okay. Let's just do another one, I guess. New. Okay. Well, on the other guy, we had to do the silk touch 3 times, so this should be it now. Yes. Okay, so what do you got for me? There we go. So now we do the glass. And now we should get the last one. Just give him a second to catch up. Alright, and Impaling 2. Okay, I think that's for the trident as well. I'm not exactly sure what it does. So we did this guy already. That's the Unbreaking 2. I'm liking this. This is a cool little mini game. Fire Protection 3. Alright, is there anybody up top here? Yes, there is. How you doing, sir? Ooh, that's a goodie. But if I need to do this one 3 times in order for you to unlock the next one, that's gonna suck. What did we get here? 4 for 1, 11. I can do this one once. Okay, he did it. So now give me the glass trade. 1 for 5. Perfect. And now we should get the last book. What is it? Frostwalker 1. I don't have Frostwalker yet at all. So that might not be bad to trade with him. But guys, this is how villager trading works here, in case you were wondering yourself. Well, you need a lot of villagers in order to make this useful. Now, we haven't checked out, I think we're gonna do every other episode or something, we're gonna look into trading. Like, I really would like to look into the blacksmith and, you know, what kind of tools they unlock, because I've seen that apparently you could get a trade where you get a efficiency unbreaking silk touch diamond pick. I mean, if we can buy something like that, that would be amazing. But guys, until next episode, I'm gonna see if I want to add any more of these rows over there of the ice. I'm sure I will. I like doing, you know, mundane tasks when I'm editing videos or something like that. I just want to check out if this guy's just walked up here. Yes, he did. So that's the Unbreaking 2, and this guy is still the one. Yes, okay. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.